I'm Jeff Fritz with SoundStage.com, and I'm joined today by Josh Clark, the president of Rockport Technologies. And Josh, how are you doing, man?
Well, we're doing pretty well, Jeff. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm glad we were able to connect like this. How's Mr. Andy Payer up in
He's doing
Maine?
great. We work. Our facility is outside his house, and we work nearby each other. But he's been since the pandemic started. He's been working out of his home,
Okay.
which we felt was a good precaution. He's somewhat older than me, and but he's doing fantastic.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. So you mentioned, the pandemic. How are business operations at Rockport? If would a customer that orders a product, would they notice anything? Are you guys shipping? Are you guys building? How's that going?
Well, we certainly saw a slowdown in the beginning, and we took pretty strong measures early on. We shut down for none of us were together for over 3 weeks,
Okay.
and we were doing work at that time, and we had some existing stock. And to answer your question, no one has waited for an order, and in the last about 3 weeks, we've been doing production with no more than two people together at any given
Okay.
time in the same space, and we wear masks and we do and gloves, and we wash things down, and anyone who's here has fully social distance along with their family for at least 2 weeks. So we're trying to do the best we can, and so far it's good. We got an order today, and we're ready to ship it tomorrow. So
That's
uh,
great to hear. One of the things that I've noticed that you guys have been doing lately is the highlighting the older products on social media, and which I think is a great idea. I think a lot of people don't realize everything that Rockport has done through the years. And one of the things, and I did know about this, but it was a reminder, the Procyon loudspeaker from 1993 had
yeah,
active equalized bass. And, that's 27 years ago, you guys were doing powered woofers in speakers. And you moved
yeah.
away from that now, but I think it just shows just the depth of the technology that Rockport's been involved with over the years. What surprised you most about seeing those old products and the reception to you guys highlighting those?
Well, several things there. I mean, that was part of our idea because I think a lot of people don't realize what Andy's been up to for over 30 years, and some of the technologies he's pioneered. The active bass was something that he did in that first three-way loudspeaker. I think it was Damian Martin who designed the amplifier section with
Spectral.
him. Yeah, and it was ultimately he moved in another direction, but it was a cool product, and we talked to customers who have those products. So I would say that. So that was one really interesting one, and you weren't the only one who noticed and talked about the active bass. The other thing I think that people have noticed is how long Rockport has done really, really special, as John Atkinson originally put it, heroic construction on the cabinets. And his Andy's first product was made with an outer shell of thick fiberglass composite layup, an inner shell monocoque construction, one piece inner, one piece outer, with a custom viscoelastic core that those two inner and outer chambers sandwich. And that's amazing technology that to this day, informs our current products have built on that. The most obvious is the Lyra with its outer shell of aluminum and an inner cast aluminum shell, which sandwich a viscoelastic material. But he's been doing that for decades, and that's kind of the most amazing thing
It,
to
it
me.
is a very rich history, and then there's of course the turntables, and when people
Yeah.
see the turntables, I'm sure there's been a great reception to seeing those, and I'm sure you guys have been asked, if anything turntable related is ever coming again, but I won't put you on the spot about that today.
Oh, no, you can. I've asked Andy. He says absolutely not. And you're going to have to interview Andy too because you'll have to give him a hard time about that.
Yeah, for sure, for
But
sure.
I don't think we'll do turntables, to be honest. we're more than busy with loudspeakers, and we really enjoy that, and we see a lot of things that we want to do. But people do miss the turntables.
Yeah. So the other question that I had for you today, I understand that Rockport loudspeakers have been available in a multitude of colors for a long time, but that's not really something that you guys have promoted on the website. But are we going to be seeing that in the future? With information on the website, can you tell us a little bit about ordering Rockport speakers in colors other than piano black?
Sure. Well, I mean, actually, Andy has always done that. Our standard color for Atria, Avior, and Cygnus is piano black. Then our standard color on Lyra is diamond metallic black. But often our high-end products have been built with custom colors. And in fact, one of the things we've really, during this pandemic, we focused on social media and our website, promoting our YouTube videos and our YouTube page. Many of those videos we did with SoundStage and Doug last summer. But on our website, we just posted a bunch of pictures of custom color speakers that we've done over the years. These are not stock colors. Many of them we've done repeated times, and many of them are based on car colors. But we wanted to highlight to people that custom colors are available, and it's an upgrade that you can order with any of our speakers.
Now, is the price of the upgrade dependent on the speaker model? I would assume bigger speakers, it probably cost more. Is that the case, or
generally it's the same price? So there are some paints, some multi-step paints or multi-layers. Some colors actually use more than one color that could cost a little bit more. But we have a standard price that goes across all the products. Because it's a similar amount of work either way.
So the last question that I have for you now, I've not been to Maine since you guys built a new facility, but Andy Payer's listening room has always been kind of legendary in the sound quality, and I'm sure that that's still the case. I did visit back when you guys were in the prior facility. So the point is, I know you guys have great, sometimes just immaculate, incredible sound in your facility. So can you share with me one of your favorite recent listening experiences, perhaps at the factory?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, if you don't mind, I might share two. But
sure.
The first one was actually kind of coincides with our history, where we've launched Instagram and we're showing one of each of Andy's products that he's designed over the years. And it got us to build up the last pair of Merak, which was the first two-way that Andy ever designed, and actually the first Rockport Technologies two-way. And that product was made with the fiberglass construction with the outer shell and the inner shell. Really, really good cabinet, but not anywhere near as advanced in the drivers or the crossover construction or many of the other details where Andy is now. However, we were able to build up that last pair of cabinets and with the original drivers that he had sitting in the shop for a long time. And we listened to those. And what was amazing is they sounded like Rockport products. And so, for me, that told me several things. And I'll elaborate just a little bit, but due to the cabinet construction, they were incredibly resolving and quiet. And even with the older drivers, which were basically off-the-shelf drivers, it was the Dynaudio Esotar tweeter, and I don't recall the manufacturer of the woofer, but it was a polypropylene woofer. Nowhere near as resolving as our current drivers, not as dynamic, but the noise floor and the ability to hear into the music and the ability of the speaker to convey a sense of space due to the quietness of the cabinet was there. And for us, for me especially, it was a real, it really informed how important the cabinet is. And also how Andy's approach to sound and measuring and getting a product that's tonally accurate that's the sound of a Rockport product. And this product sounded very much like our current speakers, just not quite as expressive, not quite as dynamic, but really, really musically satisfying. So that was not one specific piece of music, but everything we listened to on that product was amazing, and really got us all excited about smaller speakers.
Now, do you remember the years that product was manufactured?
I should. I think it came out originally in 2000 or maybe 1999.
Okay.
I'd have to check our Instagram page. I don't remember. There was a Merak 1, and then there was a Merak 2, which came out, I think, around 2002, 2003.
Yeah, that'll have to go in the Rockport, the Hall of Fame. Maybe you guys could set something like that up at the factory.
They're actually going to be in Andy's office.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty good office speaker.
Not bad. But that was really fun. And just one quick thing for me, you've probably seen Jason Victor Serenas's, he started sharing a lot of online streaming music and musicians' performances that they're doing live. And I've been really enjoying seeing musicians like this on Zoom meetings or on Skype or other video feed platforms like that. And one of my favorites that I watch with my kids at home, not in our nice sound room, but was I think it's John Krasinski.
Right.
And he does the series called Some Good News.
Right.
And he did one for a little girl who had been going to Hamilton, the musical in New York City, which of course was canceled because of the pandemic. And he somehow got the cast of Hamilton to sing in live time from their homes on all these little window boxes that opened up in, I think it was Zoom. And they were able to sing the entire thing with at least 20 people up on the screen at once.
Wow. I have to look that up on YouTube.
It's highly worth watching. I couldn't recommend it highly enough.
Well, that's terrific. Well, Josh, I appreciate you joining me today, and like I said, say hello to Andy, and really appreciate the update on Rockport Technologies. Last question: do you know when there will be an update on the website where there'll be some of the information about the speaker colors and that sort of thing?
Oh, that's live.
Oh, that's already live.
Yeah,
awesome.
So if you go to our product page, there's a tab called Custom Colors.
Well, look at there. You're ahead of the game, man. That's great.
Yeah, we're going to be launching some new features and additional information soon. So we're putting a lot of work into the website right now.
That's fantastic. Well, thanks a bunch, and stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon, Josh.
Great to see you, Jeff, and nice talking with you. Thank you.